Hi, I thought I would come on here and tackle a question that I get fairly frequently. It's something like, how do you paint when you have a vision impairment? Um, I don't know. I'm not trying to be flippant. It's just, it's a hard, like, if I take that question literally, I don't know how to answer that. Um, but I assume that you mean something like, how do I work around my impairment? What accommodations do I need to be able to paint? Because it's not this magical, mystical thing. It's just, I do what I do. um, so, right now, I have chronic pain. I won't be painting because it hurts too much. So I decided to make a video instead. So that's a workaround because I do want to think about artwork and do as much as I can. Um, every day. So this is my current accommodation for that particular issue. um, Another thing that I do is because I'm visually impaired, a lot of light bothers me. I don't like being outside when it's bright out, even if I have sunglasses, even if it's hard for me to see detail. So I don't paint outside, I paint inside, and I try to control the amount of light in the room. So if it's like a more ambient light, like sometimes you go into like restaurants usually do these things. Well, I guess it depends where you're going, but you know, that ambient lighting where it's soft and it's coming from different locations, not this big harsh thing. Another thing is that I make my artwork small because I don't have a car and carry around big paintings, not enjoyable. So that's something that I tend to do. I have made big work before, and it's kind of nice painting standing up, especially if I can prop the artwork to be, fairly whatever this angle is. I can't think of the word because I can go like really close and I can physically, like, there's no barrier like there would be in a table. I can have it as close to me as I can. Something people have told me is that my work seems to be like zoomed in, which I mean technically it is because to see detail I need to zoom in. So for example, I know that I have a beauty mark somewhere on my face on the where my lip is, but I can't see it right now. So I need to like there I can see it. So my artwork will probably be cropped in because it's hard to like once you zoom in and then zoom out and zoom back in, it's hard to get the whole perspective and see everything at once, and then so I just leave it zoomed in. Which works because sometimes when I'm trying to convey meaning in what I'm doing is I like the intimacy. I like things to be close, and some of the subject matter, it works for that. So that's a side benefit, I guess. So one part of my impairment is that I don't see color, and then people are like, how do you see color? What does it look like? It looks like this. You see how there's no color? Then that's what it looks like. So somebody told me that, like, if I didn't know, because these things it's labeled, it says like it's a value scale, this is gray, right? That's how I know it's gray, because it says on the thing. That's one of the things that I do. I buy things that are labeled, art supplies that are labeled, and if I find something where it's not, I will ask people and find a way to label it. And I'm very cautious and mindful about that. But yeah, if this thing wasn't labeled, I would assume this has color. So I guess I try to use a lot of contrast in my work, right? Because I mean, what else am I gonna do? I use pigments that are single pigment, mostly because I've heard that they mix better, or they make better mixes. Because some colors, when you mix them together, they don't look as good, or they lose their vibrancy. Again, whatever that means. I kind of feel like a cook, you know, like I went to chef school and I learned this recipe and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make this thing, put all the spices, I follow the directions properly, but I don't get to taste the food to see if I'd done it the right way. And that's kind of the analogy that I feel is similar. Like I don't see the visual results of what I've done. I don't know if I've lost that vibrancy or if the thing looks muted or if, like, I don't know what it looks like, but I can try to do it and I don't care. I think, you know, some people don't do things because they care too much about what the final result looks like. And to me, if it looks good to me, then I'm okay with it. So then again, why wouldn't I just use work that's black and white? Like why wouldn't I just choose to make my work like monochromatic or something like that? I mean, I do that sometimes. I have no problem doing that. That's fine. But I mean, paint comes in sets and I might as well use all the paint. I'm not going to waste money. So yes, I learned like color theory, so I know that, you know, certain colors go well together, and I overhear people when they talk about clothing and things like, oh, this shirt has these many colors in it, so I, you know, keep track. Oh, well, this goes with that. And then sometimes I don't know or forget, or I just I'll try to keep it simple. I don't use a lot of colors. I'll have like a small, I'll choose maybe like no more than maybe 5 colors, something like that. Like I keep it small, mostly because I don't get overwhelmed and like forget. I'm like, did I use green here, or is there orange there, or I don't want to. And I tend to paint in one sitting, I guess, is another thing that I do, mostly because I'm impatient and I like to get things done quickly. Like I said, I do things small so it's less overwhelming and I can get it done in a day. Because, you know, I don't want to be transporting these big paintings all over the place. But also, if I go back to it, I might forget where the colors that I've placed are depending on what I've painted. So it's like, and I don't want to like make notes. And I mean, I could, like, I suppose I could do that. Like, I could put like a transparency sheet or something and make little notes. And then if I wanted to go back over it, you know, maybe, but I don't feel like I need to do that. Maybe I'll come in handy one day. But yeah, that's I guess most of it, or the gist of it, or at least what I can think of at the time. Maybe I'll think of more things that I do. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. I love questions, so feel free to ask me more. Have a great day. Bye.